Hello, driving intelligence community. It occurred to me today that I've never done any videos specifically on the SCT X4 tuning I've done to this truck. Today, we're going to get into that. To enhance all the modifications I made to this truck, I got an SCT X4 tuner, and I went to an aftermarket tuner to maximize the performance. There's some canned tunes that come on this, but you can really benefit by telling a tuner what you've done. This is one step shy of taking it to a dyno and having it dyno tuned. But I've got the oversized throttle body, cold air intake, shorty headers. I've put a shift improvement kit in, which firms up the shifting. All these things you need to tell your tuner about, and they will devise a safe tune for your vehicle that's very easy to download into your ECU. The company I went to provide me the custom tune required a specific codes from the ECU on my truck. Once I got that, they were able to custom tune with the parameters I gave them. You'll need this device updater from SCT to download those into the device. Now, I got device tunes that went anywhere from 87 toe in performance to 93 toe in performance. Once you plug it in, it's easy for the system to find the device, and what you want to do is load custom tunes. At this point, I need to add a little backstory. I've had this tune on the truck for quite some time, and I went through a few iterations with 5-star. I've mentioned them already a couple times in this video. So they had to dial it in based on certain observations I was making about shift pressures, performance, etc. When I put these new big wheels on there, you'll see some videos on bore adapters, and I put 20 by 8.5 with 275/55/20 tires on there. The wheels, the tire combination are extremely heavy, much heavier than stock, and the diameter is slightly bigger. So I felt a real drag on the performance of the vehicle. Of course, for me, I'm very sensitive, so I did feel it. Even going up some slight grades, the vehicle would downshift when it wouldn't do that before. So I went to 5-star, and I asked them for 3 things. I haven't gotten one of them yet. I asked for some timing advance, which I haven't gotten, and I'll go back to them. I asked them to delay shift at each gear to give me a little bit more RPM between shifts. So normally it was shifting between 16 and 1800 RPMs first to second. I asked them to take me up to about 2000, a little bit more. And I also wanted them to delay my overdrive, because there's no sense in the vehicle going to overdrive if it's turning so few RPMs. All these things would reduce the load on the engine, hopefully give me a little bit better gas mileage, but definitely bring the throttle response back, the performance back to the vehicle off idle. So that's where I am right now. The rest of this video is me returning the vehicle to stock. I wanted to test stock again. I want to see if I could actually feel seat of the pants some difference between the performance tune, which I've been on for some time, and the stock tune, the original tune that came from the factory. I've got the updated tune from 5-star, and I'm going to show in this video also loading up that video and just seeing what it feels like seat of the pants. I'm returning the vehicle to its stock tune, no adjustments whatsoever. I actually think I'm going to drive it this way first and see how much all these changes, getting the right tire size in, various different parameters are going to affect the vehicle. There's no performance tune on this whatsoever, so this is how it came from the factory, and I'm sure I'm going to be a little shocked how this thing performs with the original tune. So I just got started with the stock tune, and I already can tell that the throttle response is dramatically reduced, so that's probably because the timing has been pulled back. Must have been a much more aggressive timing curve put in by 5-star. And the other thing I'm noticing, I'm looking at my fuel trims, and they're much more positive, so the stock tune doesn't take into consideration things I've done, like a reduced restriction air intake, and also oversized throttle body. I've got the headers on there, shorty headers. All those things allow for better breathing, so the vehicle is able to process more air, which means that it needs more fuel. Obviously, without making adjustments to the tire size, my speedometer is way off now, so 6 miles per hour. Speedometer reads 42, I'm actually doing 48. And the vehicle just feels so sluggish compared to the performance tune I had on it. It's quite a difference. It's It's amazing, but I just did a pretty decent pull, maybe 1/3 throttle, and even the exhaust sounds worse with the stock tune. Long-term fuel trims continue to go up. So again, this is indicating that the fuel tables are for stock and not for the modifications I've made to the pumping ability of the truck, the engine, air in and air out. Maybe you can hear the exhaust in this this pull I'm about to do. Still shifts hard from that shift kit. I got my updated tune from 5-star, which includes adjustments to the shift points, adjustments to overdrive, and now I'm going to install the tune, and we'll see how this runs. I'm going to put the 87 performance tune. So I've got 6 revisions, and this should pull up all of my past option changes, and I'm just going to go through and check these. Alright, so I've checked them all. I made one adjustment to my shift pressures going into 4th gear, and now I'm going to approve it. You can see all the confirmations of everything that I adjusted, and now I'm updating the tune. So the tune upload or download is completed. I've cleared all the DTC, so it's starting from a completely fresh computer, as if you've disconnected the battery for 30 minutes. And now I'm going to test it out. A tune that really adjusts your shift points is a little difficult to get used to. You can see that normally under par throttle, this truck would shift below 2,000 RPM. With the tune changes that I've asked for, it's shifting at 2 to 2,200, 2,300 RPM. But I like that because I actually have to give it less throttle to get it moving or keep it moving. And the overdrive works pretty good. So the tune changes that 5-star made are acceptable to me. And obviously, since I just put the tune on, the truck is still learning. So there are going to be further adjustments as the truck learns my driving style, driving conditions, and adapts to that. When I'm pushing it a little hard, I mean, I'm only not even 25% throttle. You can see how deep it goes into the RPM range. What I'd actually done, if you remember from the earlier in the video, I adjusted the 3rd to 4th shift point or shift pressure, and it's a little too firm now, so I need to back that off. So I'll have to go back in and readjust the program. But overall, this should show you how easy it is to get to a tune that you like, that fits the modifications to your vehicle, and makes the vehicle much more drivable, friendly, fuel efficient, performance oriented. Obviously, if I get a dyno tune, that would be a much better tune. It would really maximize the benefit. I'm assuming that 5-star puts a lot of protection to make sure that I don't blow up my engine. But in order to do that, I need to put a wideband oxygen sensor on here, and I haven't done that yet. So that's a future option that I might do just to continue to maximize the performance of this vehicle. So I'll get into that more if I decide to do that in the future. But we'll see. Right now, it's acceptable for a bone stock long block that I've added a lot of bolt-ons to. This vehicle is a completely different animal because of the bolt-ons, and especially the custom tune that I've gotten. And don't just go to 5-star, go check your tune options from a lot of different tune developers. Thanks for watching. I hope this gives you some idea about tuning your F150 or any vehicle for that matter with an SCT X4. To me, it's worth it. It is a little pricey initially, but it definitely makes a difference. I've gotten some good fuel economy, as you can see in other videos that I posted, but I also feel like the performance is dramatically better fuel economy is one, but I also get better throttle response, better general performance, and the vehicle just feels like it just wants to run on the highway, whereas with the stock tune, before I did any modifications to this truck, it struggled to get over 70 miles per hour and maintain that speed. So all good changes for me. Again, thanks for watching.